It's me, and I am standing up. We just like to, on behalf of the Status of Women, welcome all our partners here today. We're so pleased that Jennifer came. I asked our chair of the board, Dorothy, to say a few words, but she told me I had the biggest... But
Not so many words.
we're so very pleased to partner with so many people, and we're so pleased that Jennifer has come with us again this year. And we welcome our member Scott, and we're going to just have a time when we can discuss some of the issues that Jennifer is going to bring up. And we've already had this conversation that next year we are really looking forward to doing something bigger and better, and with your help we might be able to have even a parade or some kind of an awareness thing that we can bring around town. And I think it would be wonderful for us to have the first Pride Parade in central Newfoundland. So,
yeah, I'd like to see it.
you know, I think that we should that should be like in our bucket list for next year, and as a definite, right? So we really look forward to that. Thank you so much for coming. We got a few more people coming. After this, we're going to have some food, and then we're going to go down to the town hall. And the flag that's flying now, we're going to bring down ending Pride Week. So welcome. Thanks very much for coming. We certainly appreciate it. And Scott, would you like to say a few words before Jennifer takes over?
Okay.
That'll work, sure.
Oh, no. Yeah, I'm glad you went first because I'll look really bad after. Yeah, just a few moments to say hello. Congratulations. This is a big day. It was a big week. And I really hope that you do have that parade going next year, certainly in the near future. I think it's worthwhile. It was worthwhile for every other town. Why not at this one as well? And maybe other towns will get involved as well. I remember a few years ago, as a matter of fact, in the Labor Day parade. I think you're represented in that Labor Day parade at that time. It was 3 years ago. LGBTQ community, I think.
No, but Jackie could have been there for any number of reasons.
She would just say, yeah. She was there, yeah.
Something to think about. Maybe
She was there. I can vouch for that.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe we can start with the Labor Day parade. But anyway, yeah, it is a big week. This is about fairness. This is about equality. This is about awareness as well in a big way. And I'm very proud to say that I'm here to represent the rest of the constituents and say congratulations to you all on a week. Beautiful day, a beautiful flag raising ceremony, and thank you again, and be aware. Thank you.
All right.
Now it's your turn to show me.
This is my turn. Who wants to hold the camera for me?
I'll hold it.
There we go.
I don't know how to use it. How do I use it?
It's already going, so just sort of look. That's zoom in, zoom out.
That's it?
Yeah, it's already going.
I don't know, Jennifer. This could be tough.
Turn it around.
Oh, sorry. Oh, this way.
The other way.
Oh, sorry. That way.
So you can see the map.
Oh, that way. I'm not very good at this.
You sent him to Ottawa?
That wasn't a requirement.
Oh, sorry.
Oh my. Hi everybody, I'm Jennifer Creeth from St. John's, Newfoundland. Seems like Grand Falls, Windsor's second home because it seems I'm here all the time visiting.
We welcome you.
I just had a great idea for that parade. Rod Stewart, just kidding.
Bad move in Grand Falls, Windsor.
No, but, I guess I wear a couple of different hats, one of which is a small little grassroots organization called the East Coast Trans Alliance, a movement that has been going on for 5 years to bring the very few trans people together in the 4 eastern provinces to stand up as one small little voice and argue for betterment and change in all 4 eastern provinces so that members of the trans community can find better human rights, better health care, better access to housing, etc., etc. I'm also kind of infamous in St. John's for creating St. John's Pride Incorporated a few years ago. Pride used to be a very underground, grassroots kind of thing, and I was part of a group of folks that said, let's turn this into something a little bigger, and maybe we'll get some sponsors and we can have like money and coffee and donuts and floats and all these great things. and I can't really. They didn't like it that it was me, but when I decided to leave, everything was great. So I'm really excited. We're seeing pride movements pop up all over the country in smaller sized towns such as this one here. And I think it's so important in the smaller towns to have a place, an event to come together, a place to have supporters, great organizations like Status of Women Central, for example. Flight Canada, I know they've had a chapter here. I'm not sure if they're still active, but there's a lot of kind of organizations always looking for people to stand up and say, "I'll hold the torch and we'll make this happen." It's great to see about 200 people here today. That would definitely make a great parade next year. And one of the things I'm hoping to help organize in partnership with the Status of Women and any other organization is to create an actual organization that can hold events around the calendar, not just during the same week that St. John's does Pride, the week after, and maybe the month after, and we can recognize the various opportunities to raise the profile of the LGBTQ community and our allies, of course. I'll save the next part of my speech till after we get a few other people speaking. You want to go next, Cassandra?
Sure.
Let's bring up Cassandra Parsons, a well-known community activist who lives right here in Grand Falls, Windsor, I believe. From Botwood originally, is that true? She made a little noise on Facebook a few years ago. She had some concerns with our premier at the time. Because of that, I think she's amazing.
So bear with me.
I go louder.
Okay. I'd like to thank Jennifer McCree for inviting me to be a guest speaker today, as well as I'd like to thank Status Women for providing a venue for us to have this ceremony. And I'd like to welcome all of you to this ceremony on behalf of Pride Week in Newfoundland. I put my sunglasses on so I can see what I'm doing here. To tell you a bit myself and a little bit my story, I lived the first 16 years of my life in the closet. Shy, closed off, antisocial, and felt very alone. It was until I moved to Edmonton, Alberta at 16 that I realized I was living a lie, and that I couldn't continue being someone I wasn't happy with. I took charge of my life, and I came out to my family that I'm a lesbian. I met new friends in Edmonton, and they already knew and were very accepting. My exposure to how open the world could be from living in Edmonton stayed with me, and I carried that pride with me back home to Newfoundland. I lost friends, and I lost the respect I once had from some family members, but I gained much more support than I'd ever imagined from my true friends and family. I'm proud to live in a country where it's legal to marry whoever you love, which is what I will be doing next year to the love of my life. I'm proud to live in a country that is diverse and accepting of all walks of life. I believe that Newfoundland has come a long way in accepting the LGBT community, but we still have some way to go. With patience, education, and fighting for the rights we all deserve as human beings, we will get there. From my experiences, if I could give anyone advice who are struggling or scared to be who they really are, don't be. Easier said than done, I know, but once you've made the first step, it may be hard at first, but it gets easier. Humans are made to be resilient in the face of adversity. It's your choice to face that adversity head on and be the person that makes you happiest, or continue living your life in fear. I honestly don't know who I'd be today or what I'd be doing with my life if I hadn't made that decision at 16 to come out. It's made me into the person I am today, has given me all the opportunities I've been so grateful to have, and I couldn't be happier. Live life only for yourself ultimately, and no one else, because you're only given one chance to live it. Pride Week may be over in Newfoundland, but the pride we hold in our hearts is not. Thank you for your time, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.
When you write a speech, it's so much easier, isn't it?
My first one.
First of many, hopefully, for Grand Falls Pride.
Oh yeah.
Your new representative, folks. I was listening. Does everyone know who Jerry Rogers is?
Oh yeah, good friend.
The first out LGBT person in this province to ever win an election at any level. Provincially, she has been representing St. John's Centre for 4 years, and I think she's done a great job balancing still being a leader of the LGBT community as well as being a leader of a community. And I think I once used the words, "Hi, my name is Jennifer McCreath. I'm a transgender person," which also means I'm a person. And I think the same could be applied for anyone in the LGBTQ, ABCDEIEIO, STUV, whatever the acronym is these days. And Jerry said it the other day at one of the St. John's events. It's important that people from all walks of life step up to the plate and have their voice heard. And that includes sometimes getting involved in politics. It can be a dirty, messy, sleazy business sometimes. But to see people from all walks of life is so important. Our governments represent us, the people. We need to take charge and make sure that we all build this country the way we want to be. There's never been a trans person even on a federal ballot. That kind of bugged me.
Just like that kind of bugs me.
I mean, that's... I think we need to legislate the noise bylaw. I'm going to be putting my name on a federal ballot this fall. And I'm really excited that the first openly trans candidate is not from Toronto or Montreal or Vancouver, but they're running in Newfoundland. It makes us leaders. And small pop for the party I'm running for. It's called Strength and Democracy. The number 4th ranked party in the House right now. But for me, having a brand support my candidacy, I think, brings credibility to it. And it doesn't matter where you fall with your politics. Everyone should get out there, get to know all the parties, all the candidates. Luckily, I'm not going to be running against Scott. I'm in one of the other ridings, so I don't think I could win here.
I don't know.
Troy, do you want to come up and say hello?
Yeah, sure.
Let's pass the floor over to Troy from the Mental Health Association.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing your story. Congratulations.
Oh, it's not easy.
On behalf of the Canadian Mental Health Association, I'm glad to be here today with our community partners, staff of Women's Central, and it's nice to see some college students here. And thank you so much for sharing your story. That was beautiful. And just so you know, on behalf of my organization, if you do decide to move things forward here in Central with the Bright Parade, as we mentioned, I'll definitely be involved. So we can chat afterwards for sure. I guess, coming from an heterosexual background and stepping into the LGBTQ community as an ally for all my life, it's been interesting for me personally. I'll just tell you a quick blurb. I grew up in a very conservative community where dominant ideologies and beliefs were very, what they would consider normal. Mom and dad and children. And that's how I grew up in that community. And I learned pretty quickly that, diversity, this is what Canada and Newfoundland and Labrador is all about. So why not embrace it? So as I began my journey as a social worker and I started working with different individuals, whether it's from the LGBTQ community or any different background, I started to realize how mental health obviously impacted individuals who felt oppressed. And it really gave me a passion to work with individuals who felt that they were alone, because really they're not. And by me being there today as an ally, I'm letting everyone know that you're not alone in this struggle. You have this awesome group of people here today in Central, which is awesome to see. But like you mentioned, we've come a long way, but we do have a long way to go. So I thank you guys for having me here today and for inviting me to speak. It's important to be allies. I never had a shirt. I looked for it before I came here this morning. I was telling Jackie on the phone. It says, "Some dudes marry dudes. Get over it." And I wore that T-shirt in my own town, and I walked through the community. I got a lot of deathly glares, but I didn't care because I made a statement. And by being there today, we're making a statement in Grand Falls, Windsor. So keep going, be loud, and keep up the great work, everyone. Thank you.
All right.
Yay!
You're back on duty.
Anybody know the name Gemma Hickey?
Yes, I
I
do.
think she was just here a few days ago.
She was,
wasn't she?
yes.
I think it's worth noting she is an openly lesbian person, and I think it's just another example of how members of our community can put on different hats, take on a variety of different leadership roles, and make a huge difference. For those of you who don't know who she is, she's walking across the province, 30 kilometers per day. I think it's a 900-kilometer trek to raise money for her new Pathways Foundation that helps people who have been victimized in clergy abuse. It's just, I'm glad it's her doing all that walking and not me. Does anyone else want to come up and say a few words, or should we get on with raising the flags in the wind and taking a few pictures?
I would be interested, but the thing is,
You can speak from there if it's easier.
I have a disability, so.
Understood. You want to?
That in a bit?
Yeah.
We get that too.
Thank you.
Lean on us.
Got it.
Why don't you come around here too?
Yeah, okay.
Take your time here now. Okay.
There you go. Though.
Hi, most people know who I am. I used to work with I was a journalist and I got laid off. But I've traveled internationally as well because I did work for Amnesty International. And the thing is, and one of the issues that we at AI have is people who are human rights are being violated. By other people in other countries or anything like that, right? And because that is a really big issue for us with AI, when it comes to human rights and stuff like that, because people who are LGBT or whatever, gay and lesbian people are always frequently violated and stuff like that. I mean, you can't go to Saudi Arabia, for example, because the Saudis are very, very awful when it comes to things like that, right? But anyway, Amnesty International has always been supportive of people with minorities like that, and we try to help them out any way possible. Actually, one of the leaders in St. John's, Ramsey, and he deals with stuff like this all the time, and he's a national leader and stuff like that. But I'm glad to see all the people that are here, and it's a great day to celebrate people, everybody who involved with stuff like that, right? With the LGBTQ community. So it's great to see you guys all here.
Thanks, Jen.
Come right here, because you can just stand here. We're going to do some pictures.
We'll raise the flag shortly. For those of you who don't know, Ramsey Says is the chair of the Human Rights Commission of Newfoundland and Labrador.
Yeah.
He was a refugee from one of the Kosovo. And he's also an out LGBT person, so
Yes, so
another
he is.
exciting title. He's doing a lot of great work there. We have a couple of flags here. They're kind of beaten up and they've got duct tape on them, but
We're going to put them up anyway.
they're very important flags because
For reads.
they've been to not one, not two, not three, but 4 provincial government headquarters for trans rights protests. And we're going to keep raising them in as many different places as we can. And anyone that wants to help raise, come in and take pictures.
Here you go, Jennifer.
I can hold one.
Okay.
The wind is better than last year.
Yeah. So anybody would like to come up now? We'll get the advertisers here. We can get some pictures.
Scott, why don't you get in the picture?
Sure.
And let's just kill the video. Thanks everyone for watching.
Thank you.